walking past security and she yelled, "Help!" The security guard asked if I was her dad and she said no.
And saying to the posh interviewer, "I did a fluff. Do you like fluffs?"
Except you're the horse and the kid's the jockey.
Anyway, I'm just going to go die of embarrassment. Welcome to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast.
Where we share the real, the raw and the ridiculousness of parenthood.
So if you're a mum who finds unusual peace just sitting in the car by herself,
or a dad who loves a good challenge,
then you're in the right place.
Hello everybody, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Unhelpful Parenting Podcast. I'm Beck.
I'm Sam.
And we're here to laugh today.
Well, you're here to men laugh today.
Yeah, well, my voice is not holding up great at the moment. Wasn't that crash hot last episode either, but we'll get there. I don't know what it is. I'm not really sick. Like, I've just had weeks of my voice just disappearing on me. Sick of yelling at the kids. Not really.
It's just the cold weather. It's all good.
But we got a great episode in store today. We have heaps more confessions that are coming up. And we're also talking about the Olympics, but as parents and the Parent Olympics. And I've seen some of your notes and it looks like it's going to be a really...
talking about the Olympics as parents when, like, it's not just, oh, did you see this sport?
No, we're
not commentating.
I think one of the notes you already had down is we've barely got to watch any because we are parents this time around. But
the most Olympics we watched so far this year is the 5 minutes I just watched on the couch while eating lunch.
Yep. So anyway, we've got a great combo coming up around that too, and a few laughs hidden in there as well. But to kick us off, like we do every week, we do our yay or nay, just like our highs or lows if you're new around here. And it's your week to go
people
first.
People know yays and nays. It's my week to go first.
It's your week to go first.
Oh, I didn't realise we had weeks. My yay is actually school drop-off time. That sounds really weird.
Yeah, I was like, please explain. I don't understand.
Just the car trip and the dropping off. I just enjoy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad because, like,
I know you hate it.
This was my nay at the start of the year, was coming to terms with having to do school drop-offs and pickups. I felt like I was always in the car.
I just enjoy the one-on-one time with them.
Yeah.
We have our routines and we have our... They say, hey, Google, and play their songs, and we look for cows and look for all sorts of stuff on the way.
That's sweet.
It's cute.
It is getting nicer as they get older and can talk. I think car trips when they're
Until they fight on who has the moon out their window.
I got he's looking at me the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember doing that to my mum. Lord, please help me.
It's just coming back to bite you.
Full circle. All right, and what's your name?
Getting kids to do any activities longer than 5 minutes.
Oh.
And when I say activities, I don't mean even activities. But like yesterday, I had all these great intentions. Hey, we'll wash the car. We'll have fun. We'll make mess. We'll get wet. It was a bit cold, so I didn't want to hose them a heap. And I didn't realise how dirty my car was, and I forgot how useless kids are at washing cars. Like, there's no help.
Expectations up here. Reality.
Like, they washed it.
Yeah.
But, like, there was just a streak where they just went, oh, yep, I'll wipe that, and then I'll wipe this, and then I'll do this. And so you've just got...
Which you should have expected, really.
I know.
No sympathy for that one.
No, but... And then they were basically like, yeah, we're done. I'm out. I've had enough.
In what, like less than 5 minutes?
Yeah. I was like, I've got like another hour to go washing this car because it's so dirty.
I know. I see parents who do like the sensory trays and the like crafty, like I've set up this craft or this activity for my kid. And like I don't boo-hoo it. Like it's awesome. Great for your kids. But my experience so far with all of that stuff is I go to all that effort and within 5 minutes they're done. And I'm like, great, well, it took me 10 minutes to set it up and it's going to take me half an hour to clean up the mess and pack it all up. And it didn't even, the return on investment was not there. I know it's not all about me, but it does make it very hard to continue doing those sorts of things for them when it's like that.
It's just so much effort for not a lot of outcome.
Yeah.
I'd rather just take them to the park and let them run wild.
Yes. See, that's an activity that lasts more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, because it's not one whole activity.
Yeah,
There's other things for them to do.
I'll give you that one. It is a bit of a at this age.
If it's just a local park, which has one slide and one swing, they get pretty bored.
Pretty quick, yeah. So my yay or nays for this week, my yay is the Tuckshop app. I am just loving. I remember back when I was
The paper bags with the coins.
and like if we had that now, there's no way
nothing would get done because you would forget.
There'd be no money. I would forget. I'd run out of paper bags and forget to buy bags.
You'd run out of bags. You'd lose the texter. You wouldn't have any coins.
So the Tuckshop app is like my lifesaver because I have given, I think, was it last week or the week before? I was like, where are the drive-through groceries? I need emergency bananas and lunchbox snacks. But the flip side of that is the Tuckshop app has saved me so many times. The amount of times I've been like, oh, no bread. Oops. And even now, like hearing confession stories from older parents come in of like, I forgot to give my kid lunch and then he had nothing to eat all day. Now, if that happens to us, I can just jump on my phone and order Tuckshop. Like it's on my phone.
Awesome.
It's you pay by card. You don't have to have a coin. And just of all the technological advancements that we're benefiting from, that is one that I love. I'm so grateful for.
And the late app too.
Oh, yeah. If you're running late to school now,
you can just be like,
you can just be on the phone and be
we'll be late.
Yeah. Yeah, we're loving the app.
Go tech. Tech works when it works.
Yeah.
But when it crashes the whole entire world,
yes.
Sucks.
Yeah. My nay came off the back of that. Like imagining trying to have money in the house for Tuckshop. Today was another dress up day, gold coin donation. It was pajama day, gold coin donation. And I'm like, who has gold coins anymore? Well, thankfully you had one in the car.
I have 3 in the car and 2 of them I actually wanted to keep. One of them's like a rare $1 coin. I was like, I don't really want to give you that. So I gave her $2 instead and I felt very generous.
It's such a dad move.
Yeah.
This is rare coin. I want to keep it. So weird. Anyway, well, even cash in general. Like I did actually, for a change, do have cash in the house. I had 2 $5 notes, but I was like, $5 for a gold coin donation. And like Tooth Fairy's coming up too. Like Kenzie's obviously got friends losing teeth because she's trying to wobble. She's like, are they wobbly yet? I'm like, no, leave them.
Stop touching them.
Stop growing up so fast. But I'm like, where do we even get coins from? We don't pay for anything in cash. And anyway, that's my school needs like a little square tap app for gold coin donations now. Or put that on the app as well. I can't. Yeah. Anyway, that's my nay this week. Who even has gold coins anymore?
That just takes away from the special
I
of
know,
the gold coin. It's like, gold coin donation, pay. Yay. Like, actually, my thing driving in, I was like, what the F is the gold coin even for?
Oh, this one's for, I think they've got like Compassion sponsor children. Oh. So it's pajama dress up day for like, I think all schools do it. I don't know if all schools do it, but I think they've just turned it into a fundraiser because it's a thing, and why not turn it into a fundraiser? And sure, it's a gold coin and it helps feed kids in Africa. Great. Anyway, cool. I'm still coming to terms with the fact that we've even turned this into a segment that happens every time because honestly, I cannot roll my eyes harder. But we have given Sam, it started off as a bring your favorite meme and from the week or what you've seen on social media. And now it's turned into it can be that or a dad joke. And I think every week you've pushed it to do both. So what are we doing this week?
No, there were 2 dad jokes last week and there's 2 dad jokes this week.
Okay, well,
people love it. You tried.
Eyes. I pre-stretched my eyes. I'm ready to roll.
You tried making a poll. I saw the poll that you snuck out on social media.
Yes, and because I love you, I still voted yes. I was like,
everyone wants it.
I know, everyone said yes to the dad jokes. So
there was one person that said sometimes. I'm not offended. I'm just disappointed. Whoever you are.
Feel better?
I do actually.
You got that out?
Yeah.
All right. Give us, what is it, a dad joke or a meme or a
They're
thing?
both dad jokes.
Okay, I was listening.
What is the name of the plane that they use to transport all the horses for the Olympics?
Do they use a plane?
How are they going to get them from other countries to Paris?
On a boat.
It's a very long trip.
Anyway, I don't know what.
You just ruined it. I need to do that again.
Okay.
Stop asking logical questions. What's the name of the plane that they use to travel all the horses for the Olympics?
I don't know.
Air Horse One.
Okay.
All right. Here's another one. You'll like this one. This is kind of a meme. That's probably more of a meme. Dad, what does a man do? A man is someone who is responsible and cares for their family. Oh, I hope one day I can be a man just like Mum.
Oh, wise child.
I thought you'd get a kick out of that one.
Oh, no, mums and dads.
Now
we all do
all
the
of a
same
sudden
thing.
dad jokes are okay and well-being every week. Wow, amazing.
I approve this message. Oh, it's just nice to get recognition sometimes, even if it's through a meme. All right, well, let's head into the confessional. I had a humbled as a parent moment this week. When you think your kid is advanced and intelligent, as any biased parent would, so you put their name down at the very fancy school. The interview came round for my 3.5-year-old daughter to possibly attend their prep in a year and a half. My usually well-behaved, very articulate daughter decided this was not her time to shine. She ran around the office, did her own thing, stomped on her little brother on purpose to make him cry, and topped everything off by farting loudly and laughing and saying to the posh interviewer, "I did a fluff. Do you like fluffs?" Not our greatest moment, but we still got in.
That's pretty funny. It's almost like the barking kid.
Yeah. I
months
replied
ago.
to that parent when they sent it through. I was like, oh my gosh, you have to listen to this episode because similar thing happened, except the kid decided to just get on all fours and bark at every answer. Oh, they just choose the perfect moments. Like least perfect for in the moment, but for us laughing about it. It's
entertaining.
hilarious. Just their moments to shine. And it's always the way when you want them to show off, like if your kids just learnt to do something or
Or
say
if they're
something,
smart,
it's
it's
like,
just,
look.
they're smart and you go, yep, all right, it's your time to shine. And then they just go, that's going to be another gif.
Bring it on.
Anyway, my 2-year-old daughter threw a massive tantrum at the shops, kicking, screaming, the lot. There was no reasoning with her, so I decided that enough was enough and picked her up, tucked her under my arm and started carrying her to the car. Walking past security and she yelled, "Help!" The security guard asked if I was her dad and she said no. I spent the next 10 minutes with the guard showing him photos on my phone and explaining that I actually was her dad. I wasn't kidnapping her while she continued to scream on the floor. Thankfully, I hadn't grown a beard or changed my hair colour, so it was pretty obvious through the photos, and the guard was more than reasonable once they understood and had seen some ID. But wow, that was not okay, kid.
God.
I've always had that worry, hey, like, all it takes is the kid to be like, "You're not my dad." Like, literally, the 5-year-old this week is like, "I'm never doing that again. I'm not ever looking at you
Yeah,
again.
they
I'm
can have
never,
attitude, but
you're not my dad." Well, yeah, I am. But
how do you
doesn't-
prove it? Like,
doesn't help when a security guard's carrying you out the, anyway, yeah.
Man,
Kids
be
be
like, here's my
cheeky.
ID, here's my like health card with the kid's name on it, here's my like.
Just here's my phone with photos that are clearly not stalkerish and I'm her dad.
Can you imagine though if he had like a haircut or a like grown a beard, and you know how like sometimes your passport photo doesn't look like you 10 years later. Oh man.
I hope I'm skinnier.
That's great
than
timing,
my passport
kid.
photo in 10 years. That's all I can say.
After having my first baby, my sister-in-law visited and told me that I shouldn't drink soft drink or anything with bubbles in it because it will put bubbles in my breast milk. I laughed because I thought she was joking, but she was dead serious. She had had 3 kids of her own and had fed them all, thinking that she couldn't even drink sparkling water or it would make them sick.
Gullible.
Well, not gullible. Like we've talked about it on the podcast before, having knowledge gaps and just assuming things mean things that they don't. And I don't need to bring up my past knowledge gaps because the internet's already had a great laugh. That went absolutely bananas on YouTube. I think that one did. And yes, I am that silly. But I was reminded of a knowledge gap this week that I had I didn't realize, and as parents listening, you'll probably appreciate this. I didn't realize that the
I like that
placenta
Oh, okay, yeah.
is a separate, like I knew having the baby and doing birth classes, I knew you had to give birth to the placenta separately, but I thought for some reason it was the bag that the baby was in. Like I didn't realize it was this whole separate organ, giant, gross looking blah. And it wasn't until we had our first baby that I realized, oh, the baby didn't come out of that. Like it was sitting next to the baby in there. So that was a knowledge gap. And no one ever told me that. My brain just put that together. So same thing. That other mum's probably going, oh, it's bubbly. It'll put bubbles in my breast milk. Better not. And then assumed that she was told it or read it somewhere and then is telling all these other mums. And
A dumb moment or a blonde moment.
oh, please. You're blonde too. Thank you very much. When the light shines on it. Yeah, well, we'll see how long that lasts for, hey. I can see a white one or two in there. I know. I know exactly the buttons to push. Anyway, give us another story. Come on, let's keep us on track.
Says the one who went on a tangent about knowledge gaps. Taking a picture of my newborn baby being weighed and measured on the baby table less than an hour after being born, I dropped my phone on him. Welcome to the world. Oops. Smile, baby.
Oopsies. I'm here. I'm always going to love you and protect you and look after you. Bang.
I mean, be thankful it's not an old Nokia. Kid'd be dead.
I'm sorry. I don't know why I laugh.
Okay.
They are like
apparently that's funny.
It is funny.
And moving on to Olympics. Yay.
So we
No, you're talking to the microphone. You can't talk like that.
we thought it is the Olympics that are on right now, and it'd be cool to have a convo about that because it hits different. The Olympics are so different when you have kids. I don't think we noticed it last Olympics. We were parents too, but our child, we only had one, and she was maybe one, and it was COVID, so that was
Wasn't
weird.
even a real Olympics.
Did they have Olympics?
Yeah, they did them delayed in like 2021 or 2022 or something.
Yeah,
and there was like no one in the stadium.
Yeah. So this is our first time round watching.
Because, you know, that worked out well, didn't it? Anyway, we won't go there.
And it's so different watching it as a parent. I think both too because of our age and we're older, because I'm watching and my attitude has shifted from, oh yeah, I could probably do that, to accepting that I am beyond, like if I was a professional athlete, depending on your thing, obviously if you're shooting or archery or whatever, it's different. But watching the swimming or track and field or even tennis, I'm like, I'm the age of the retired athletes, which is a bit mortifying. But then the other thought I have is now the thought that runs through my head is, oh, I wonder if my kid could do that. And I wonder, I would love to see studies. I wonder if there's like a boost in sport sign-ups for parents, like watching.
During the Olympics.
Or during and after the Olympics, whether it's all the parents like rushing out being like, oh, I should sign my kid up. I already did the maths on, because the Olympics are coming to right near us in 2032. And I already did the maths and our kids aren't going to be old enough for anything. I was like, oh, that'd be cool.
Like I just went to the recaps and I was like, there's no like, here's us winning medals and here's the cool bits. It's just watch this sport or watch this sport. And I'm like, I don't want to just watch swimming. I don't want to just watch. I have commitment issues.
It's like I only have 5 minutes to watch anything. Give me the absolute best thing that's on right now.
Like, you know how you, like you can go on KO and watch a match highlights? Mm-hmm. Just give me that.
This is how far we've devolved as parents, is like we know we've only got 5 or 10 minutes. We have to maximize it or else it's a waste of time.
I can't even have it on in the background because I get nothing done, because then I start watching it or I zone out and miss it all anyway. So there's no point.
Well, I actually today, the news headline today, which obviously this podcast isn't coming out today, but is the story, and you won't have seen it yet, the Turkish shooter, like in the shooting sport.
Yeah, where he had no gear.
So all the other Olympians are there
all eyepieced
with their like fancy anti-blur lenses and ear protection and everything, and the Turkish guy just turns up with his reading glasses on, hand in a pocket, shoots and comes second.
Yeah.
like full boss mode.
I saw that.
You saw it. Did you see the story that went with it?
No.
The story goes, he's not been shooting for very long. He picked it up in the middle of a messy divorce, like just as
Went to
an
go shoot
anger.
his wife, and then he
Just
went,
as an-
hey, you can go to the Olympics.
Just as an outlet. And he said, I never thought I'd be here. I was just aiming for a weekend with the kids. And then his thing he said.
And he got a silver medal.
The thing he said, apparently the first thing he said when he got off the podium was, Sharon, if you're watching this, I want my dog back. But the story that popped in my head, just bear with my voice, the absolute boss mode that he's like shooting with reminded me of the time when Hartley, he's now 3, would have been 2 at the time, shoved a piece of apple up his nose. My mum was babysitting him. We were all like, I rushed home from work. She's like, he shoved it right up there. He won't let me near it. I rushed home. He wouldn't let me near it. There was lots of screaming. We were trying all different things to get it out. And I messaged Sam and I was like, you're going to have to come home because we're going to have to do a hospital trip because they're like, this kid is just not, it looks like it's going all the way up and back. And you walk in, you look at him, you hold his nose, you say blow, he goes, and out it goes. And there it is. And me and my mum have spent like a traumatic hour trying to get this thing out of his nose while he screams and won't let us. And you just walk in the door, you're like, blow, boss mode, full dad mode, I'm amazing.
Now I went back to work.
Went back to work.
My job here is done.
I just got, those were the exact vibes I got looking at the guy in the shooting, just rock up, hand in the pocket, bang.
All right, I'm out. Bye.
I'm out. Silver medal, thank you.
Give me back my dog.
Could you imagine being like a professional athlete who has been training for years with all the gear to be beaten out by someone that's just like, I just had a messy divorce.
Yeah.
The other funny
Who came first in the shooting?
I wouldn't
America.
No. That's not okay. The other thing I saw, like talking parents and the Olympics, the NBC apparently gave out heart rate monitors to parents during the Olympics, like to look and see the like effect it has on like parents of Olympians that are watching. So American gymnast Hesley Riviera's father wore a heart rate monitor during her qualifier for the uneven bars routine. The monitor showed while nervous at the start, his heart rate was at 164 beats per minute. And then once she got going, his heart rate jumped up even further to 181 beats per minute.
That's hectic.
And another mum whose son was competing for the vault and agreed to wear the monitor, her readings spiked up around 140, 150 beats per minute. I'm like, pre-kids, I would be like, that's weird. And apparently a lot of the internet has been out being like, that's so weird. But I'm like, actually, when you're a parent, like you care just as like, maybe not just as much because it's different, but at the same time, you are so invested in
everything.
And especially if they've got to Olympic level, like you've taken them to all the lessons, you've paid for all the lessons, all the gear, all the stuff, especially gymnastics, like, and you've done everything to get to this moment. You'd just be like, oh,
So much pressure.
I feel like if they did a like Olympics, like watch the parents, I would feel so much more nervous watching the parents than I would actually watching the kids compete because I am so empathetic. I'd just be like, oh, I feel you, mama. I feel you. Go, you can do it.
You'd drive me out the wall.
Sam can't watch like scary or exciting or thrillery things with me because I get so invested and I lean forward and I cry and I jump and I feel things. But the conversation we were having earlier that we were like, we'll bring out here for everyone else to join in and add yours in the comments. We were like, how cool would it be to have realistic parent Olympics? Like Olympic sports, but with realistic parent traits. So here are a few that we have come up with. So I said backstroke, but with a 3-year-old sitting on top of your belly. Because that's how we swim.
I mean, makes sense to me.
Or cycling, but with smudgy fingerprints all over your visor and there are random toys as obstacles on the tracks that you have to miss.
Yeah.
Hurdles, but it's a pile of toys and washing, and the gun could go off at any surprise time, like the delivery driver when he knocks on the door and you have to run to the door.
Yep. Yep.
Golf, but you have to taxi your child to an event between each hole and can't be late.
Yeah, I put in one that was like, you don't have a cart because they don't do carts in golf, like in the big golf.
They have to walk.
You walk because you have your, but your caddy is a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, sorry. So it takes you like a day to do 2 holes because they don't walk very fast.
Weightlifting, but they're sleeping kids that you've had to transfer out of the car, so you're not allowed to wake them up.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad.
Shooting, but it's trying to shoot peas into your baby's mouth for the second that it's open.
Good luck. Walking. You know they do the speed walking. Kids are so obsessed with speed walking because you're like, why is walking a sport? And then you watch them and you're like, that's funny. And you're just intrigued. I've seen so many videos of kids doing speed walking at home. But the floor's covered in Lego. And that would really get your hips going.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've got another one. Marathon.
Yeah.
Except it's just the school morning run. The morning school run.
What, without a car?
Yep.
Walk your kid to school.
Yep.
Canoeing, but with a canoe full of kids that are trying to get out while you paddle.
Story of real life.
It's just what parenting feels like. Stay in the boat.
Shot put. Cleaning up the floor, like cleaning the toys off the floor, and you're trying to get it in the storage boxes.
Oh, yeah. I see what you did there.
Long jump.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get out of the kid's bedroom after bedtime.
Without touching
Without
anything.
touching anything.
Anything that could make noise. Don't touch it.
So it's kind of like a long jump without a run up. Equestrian.
Yeah.
Except you're the horse and the kid's the jockey.
Oh, and you have to do all the jumps and all the tricks and all the...
Yeah, all the...
Whee!
Not the jumps. Equestrians, the... Fancy dancing horses. And then the last one I had was wrestling.
Yeah.
Do you know
well, that's self-explanatory. I feel like it's more of a sport than handball. Like, let's be real. Or table tennis. Or table tennis. Like,
people are so
I don't mind.
anti-table tennis.
Well, what's the rules for handball? Like, do they do ace, king, queens, duns? Like,
it's not that sort of handball, you nut.
Isn't it?
No.
Wasn't it?
Frick me.
And you want to tell me that wrestling isn't well known then? Is it not like handball? Like,
No,
what
it's
is
not
it?
like handball that you play at school where you're in a square.
Well, I'm glad we were talking about knowledge gaps earlier because apparently I've got another one.
Holy hell. Really?
What is it?
But it's a ball. It's like yay big, and it's in it, like they hold it in their
So
hands.
how is it in the Olympics?
It's like
no one
polo.
even knows what it is.
It's literally like polo on dry land, pretty much.
Right. I'm sorry.
If I have to describe it in layman's terms, think polo, but bigger
Anyway,
net.
I'm just going to go die of embarrassment. So please don't feel bad sending in your embarrassing stories because my life is just a living share of embarrassment on this podcast, apparently. But do send us your funny stories. And dads, extra call out for you. Father's Day is coming. So we want your dad
Jokes.
stories. We want your dad jokes. We want your dad fails. We want your dad, like,
things.
your boss mode moments even. Give us your braggy boss mode, Sam and the apple out the nose moments.
Or if you have you need to do this for Father's Day, this needs to be part of a Father's Day episode, send it in. Because this is our first Father's Day episode.
Yep.
So we can make it whatever we want.
Yeah. And so if you're listening and enjoyed today and had a laugh at my expense just now, please
I'm just going to go.
pay me back by liking this video.
Oh, also, disclaimer, Serbia won the shooting
Okay.
over Turkey.
Like the video, comment with all of the things that we've asked for throughout. Oh, with your sport things and your stories. Send in your stories.
Sport things.
Follow us
Do you want
on
to elaborate on that?
The Olympics. Like if you've got a what would your parent relatable sport be? And like, follow, stop. Oh, I don't even want to know that it's
That's handball.
just someone being like, eh. Anyway,
she's
we
mid-air
are wrapping
throwing.
this up. We will see you
Epic.
next week. Bye.
See ya.